Welcome back. Laurel's Love Center for Grief and Hope provides compassionate and personalized care to children, adults, and families. Here to talk more about it is Maury and Jody. Thanks so much for coming in, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Here.
Of course. I would like you to start off by telling us a little bit about the history and mission in our community and what the approach is to helping others navigate grief.
Okay. I founded Laurel's Love in honor of my daughter, who died of an accidental fentanyl poisoning in this horrible opioid epidemic that the nation is experiencing now. So when you lose a child, it's a searing grief like no other. When I lost my mother at 93, I mourned her, I missed my mother, but it was the natural way things work. Your grandparents go, then your parents. But when you lose a child, it was searingly hard to navigate through it. So what helped me was healing arts, grief yoga, painting, singing bowl meditation, walks in nature. All those things became part of my invisible toolkit that I carry. You can't see it, but I utilize it all the time. So when her fiancé looked for a place to go, there was no place for a young adult to go and grieve with peers who had also possibly lost someone to this horrible opioid crisis we're in. My husband and I had 3 or 4 places we could go and be with other parents who had lost children to share our story, to grieve and help alleviate some of the pain we were feeling. So I decided we needed a grief center in Buffalo, and we opened our grief center, a peer-supported grief center in Buffalo in November. We serve all ages from 3 to 80, 90 years old. Whatever grief you're experiencing, we have a class, a support group for you. We believe strongly in transformative grief. We use the healing arts. We have grief yoga. We have art and special seminars on navigating your grief, and working with a peer, someone who has gone through the same experience of loss as you. We know now it's one of the most healing things you can do for yourself. And there's no right or wrong way to grieve, but you don't have to grieve alone.
Yes.
And all of our services are free.
Do you want to talk about the impact that you've seen from this peer groups for grief counseling?
So I find grief support groups very helpful. It gives you a safe place that's non-judgmental. It's a supportive community, so it gives you hope. It helps you have others that go through the same thing you do. You can share experiences. Like Maury said, it gives you a toolkit of tools that you can use when you have that sudden anxiety attack. You can be driving in your car and all of a sudden hit with tears and anxiety and what do I do? So you can share those experiences with those that understand. So you get professional guidance in a peer support group. So you have understanding people that go through the same thing. So you realize, I'm not alone. There's that supportive group of people. So support groups are so important. You're not alone. There's a community of understanding people.
When do these groups meet, and can people just show up, or do they need to sign up in advance?
Well, we'd like you to sign up in advance, but you can just show up too. We're not going to close the door on anyone who is reaching out for help with their grief, and recognize that where you are in your grief is where you're supposed to be. And if you do need to be with other people and you take that step forward, it's an act of courage and bravery on your part, because we live in a grief-phobic society that wants us to be done with the funeral, the casseroles end, get back to work, and compartmentalize your grief. So you can go on our website, which is laurelslovecenter.org. You can always sign up there.
or walk-ins are always welcome.
And we're open the first and third weeks of every month. Mondays are adults' night, and Wednesdays are children's night. And on the children's night, if you come at 5:30 to 6:30, we serve food, so that you parents don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, we got to get homework done, we got to get food on the table. We'll serve, pizza, kid food.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming in, especially this time of the year with the holidays coming up. It can be really hard for people that are struggling with grief. So knowing that they have a place to go to and be surrounded by people that know exactly what they're going through is so important. So thanks again for coming in. Viewers, if you would like their help in navigating your own grief this holiday season and beyond, just visit laurelslovecenter.org to learn more about their mission and their programs. Thanks again, ladies.
Thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for having us.